thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, and especially, of course, to our young people that are tuning in. Welcome to the U.S. Embassy Youth Council Careers Week. And of course, thank you so much for taking out time from your busy schedule to be here today. So, Nisam Bolivinaka, Noai Mori, Talofalava, Malolele, and Warm Pacific greetings. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Broderick Niven. I'm one of the council members for the U.S. Embassy Youth Council, but I'm also the lead for the Environment, Disaster Management, and Health at the U.S. Embassy Youth Council. So, as all of you are aware, we are commemorating August as International Youth Month, celebrating young people's work in societies. Again, thank you all so much for tuning in. Also on our U.S. Embassy's Facebook page, and of course to those that are tuning in also on our Zoom platforms. We really do appreciate for you guys taking out time to be here today. As many of you are aware, COVID-19 has impacted people from all walks of life, in particular young people, with young people playing a crucial part in the outbreak's management and recovery. Though much about the disease impacts young people is yet understood, governments are required to guarantee that their programs suit their needs. It's also critical that youth views are heard alongside those of other community members and patients as health and non-health actions in response to COVID-19 are implemented. A major component in building back better in ensuring that young people are aware of the existing opportunities and are equipped with the knowledge to engage. As the U.S. Embassy Suva begins Careers Week this week, we want participants to take advantage of this week-long program. We will get to know about the exciting programs the U.S. Embassy has to offer, but also hear from the USP Careers Hub on how we can design CVs, application letters, and learn from other Pacific peoples on their ways of nailing interviews. Today's session, we will see a vast array of impressive youth leadership and language programs that are offered at the U.S. Embassy. Youth participation is critical to the development of a more inclusive and equal communities. Decision makers have a critical role to play in amplifying the voices of youth and creating or encouraging the establishment of places for us young people to engage in key debates and make key decisions. Our capacity to bring about change in our societies, as well as our innovative ideas, dedication to social justice, and the ability to bring about change in our communities are all required by communities. Schools across the world have been closed because of the COVID-19 pandemic. Over 1.2 billion young people are not enrolled in school throughout the world. And as a result, education has undergone significant transformations with the emergence of e-learning, in which instruction is done remotely by digital platforms such as Zoom. Now, according to research, online learning improves information retention and takes less time, implying that the alterations induced by the coronavirus may be permanent. In a few minutes, you will be hearing from our U.S. Embassy Emerging Voices Specialist, Mrs. Tale, who will be elaborating on the programs that the U.S. Embassy offers. While Tale is presenting, please feel free to send us questions, and we will be more than happy to answer them as we go along. Once again, our sincerest thank you to each and every one of you for joining our session, whether on Zoom or Facebook Live. And we do hope that you take a lot from today's session. Thank you again for your attention. And without further ado, I hand it over to our amazing facilitator for this session. Over to you, Tale.
Thank you, Broderick, and thank you for the wonderful welcome. I'd also like to take the time to welcome everybody that's tuned in on Zoom and Facebook Live. Thank you for joining us this morning. So our session today is on language and youth leadership programs with Embassy Suva. We have various resources, materials, and programs that are available, and I'm going to share that with you this morning. So please do I'll tune in and stay for the duration of the session so that you might be able to pick up on something that might interest you. So our programs on offer will help you as a learner or as an educator or as an aspiring leader with the programs that we have here in Embassy Suva. So feel free to send in your questions, your comments to our EYC member, Broderick Mervin, and we will try our best to address those during our session. Although today's focus is on language programs and youth leadership programs, I invite everybody to join in because the programs that we have are not necessarily just on language, but also for you to learn more about the US if you're interested. Um, we have various sessions after today. So please, if you're free, 10 a.m., continue to join us on Facebook or through Zoom. We have our other specialists, Esther and Violet, that will be coming on board, as well as our colleagues over at the USB Careers Hub and Pacific People to give you some perspective on how to do interviews, write up applications to build your career. So today I'll be focusing on American English resources and programs, our online professional English network open programs, our English Access Micro Scholarship Program, and our youth leadership programs. Can I get the next slide, please, Betty? So our American English resources are provided by the English Language Office. And they are tailored for teachers as well as learners. And there is a website, theamericanenglish.state.gov, in which you can access all these resources and materials. If you're looking for ways to improve your teaching techniques, maybe engage your students more, you're having challenges with online teaching, this is where you can access more creative ways to engage your students. All the resources are free. Yes, you heard that right. They're free and they're online, so they're accessible to anybody and everyone. So all you need to do is download the resources and have a read. You can share these resources. It has lesson plans, it has stories, it has music, games, and much more. So you will be able to look at the 4 skills, which is reading, writing, listening, and speaking. We also have a teacher's corner. This is specifically for educators. So if you're a teacher, or maybe you're just trying to help somebody in your community or at home with your relatives, since all our kids are at home at this time, they're no longer going to school. This is also a place for you to find resources on improving their language skills. We also have US culture songs and games that you can use to sort of make your lessons more appealing, as well as learn more about the US. We have our webinars and American English Live and MOOCs programs. So if you are looking to get yourself trained, looking to attend some seminars to improve your language skills, you can also find those on this website. We also have other materials which we will see in the next slide. And we also we also sponsor participation of English language teachers to our Tesol convention, which happens annually. So if you're interested in these, please feel free to send us an email at pdsuva@state.gov, and we are more than happy to send you more details, the links in which you can access these opportunities at, or these resources. Can I get the next slide, Betty, please? So these are samples of what we have the American English materials. The resources that we have are teaching activities, resource manuals, language teaching methods, creative classroom activities. So for the teachers that are just, looking for something new, looking for something that's going to resonate with your students, you can access these on the same website. So americanenglish.state.gov. The PDF soft copies are available for you to download, and you can share these with anybody. There are various materials there. So if you're looking to upgrade your professional communication skills, looking to develop your presentation skills, report writing skills, writing up of proposals, you name it, you can go onto this link and find what you need there, and just take the courses. So like I mentioned earlier, there's a lot of online tools which you can use. We have resources for like web resources that you can access. And then there's looking at like grammar, vocabulary, young learners, and so many other categories that you can access. Can I just get the next slide, please, Betty? Right. So American English also has a quarterly journal for teachers, and it's we have them here at the embassy, but you can also download them online. Um, if you're interested, if your school is interested, your teachers are interested in getting some of these, you can also email us and we'll see what we can do to support you on that. Once again, they are free. So there's nothing between you and these resources. You can either access them online or just send us an email and see how we can support you on that. The English Teaching Forum provides you with publication of innovative and practical ideas from teachers around the globe. So these are all in these quarterly journals, and just like many other teachers or many other learners, you may be facing similar challenges, and these are resources that are available for you. So you can have a read and see how that can help you. Can I get the next slide, please? So those are our American English materials. I'm going to move on to our American English program. So what is on offer for you? If you're thinking to enroll in our programs, that is also absolutely free. We have the Online Professional English Network program, which offers virtual learning opportunities to foreign English language educators, professionals, and learners worldwide. So this program provides mutual exchange of culture and provides free access to teaching and learning materials. So if you're thinking to enroll in these, we have a few options for you. You can either join through the global online courses. You can either tune in on Facebook and participate in one of the free online professional development through the American English Live platform, or you can enroll yourself in the American English massive open online courses. So the massive open online courses are just like they're self-paced. So if you're like working full-time or you're a full-time student, but you're looking for ways to improve your language skills, this is something that's this is definitely for you. You'd want to go and visit the MOOCs website. So Betty, can I just move on to the next slide, please? Right, so our Our open program is developed by US academic institutions and experts in the field of teaching English to speakers of other languages, which is TESOL. We have courses that are developed and taught by the University of Oregon, Ohio University, World Learning Graduate Institute, um, University of Maryland, Baltimore, and the Arizona State University. So so what happens is that you enroll in these courses, you pass these courses, and you get uh, accredited by these universities. So if you're thinking long distance learning, you're unable to travel, um, this is definitely for you. They rolled out different courses on fostering student motivation and engagement, English as a medium of instruction, integrating critical thinking skills into the exploration of culture in a English as a foreign language setting. They also have professional development for teachers of English to speakers of other languages. We also have um, our massive open online courses, so MOOCs. The MOOCs courses are for those of us that are working or that are studying full time, and we just don't have the luxury of attending a class on a on a daily basis. We need some flexibility, right? Um, these MOOCs are open to an unlimited number of participants. Some of the MOOCs are 5 weeks, some of them are longer, and you'll need to read up on the course description, right? So you go into the website, the American English.state.gov website. You go into MOOCs, and then it will list down all the courses that are available at the time, and you just need to go into the finer details of the courses, and to see which one is it that you're going for, whether you're going into like careers development, or maybe you're just looking at uh, courses for professionals. So if you're looking at tourism professionals, English for tourism professionals, you can look at the MOOCs for that. Or if you're a science student and you are looking to improve your English skills in the sciences, there's also English for science, STEM, science, technology, and mathematics. There's also MOOCs for new and experienced teachers. So, ways on how to create, present, evaluate, and effective teaching workshops. Um, in these MOOCs, you will be given tools and techniques to help you. So those materials and those resources become yours, and you can do whatever you need to do with it. We have English for journalism. Those of you that are interested in journalism, there's also a course that's designed for non-English speakers that are interested in developing your skills for a career in modern journalism. And you will be going through print and digital media while learning your language skills or increasing your vocabulary and ability to research and develop local and global news stories. We have English for business and entrepreneurship. Maybe you're a young entrepreneur that needs to improve your language skills on business and entrepreneurship, and you're looking for ways to, identify an opportunity to plan, to pitch an idea to potential investors. Um, this the courses, the MOOCs courses will give you like a step-by-step guide on the basic elements of starting up a new business. So for those of you, the young, for our youth that are looking at venturing into businesses, or probably you're already in a business, like you're already running your own business, this is a MOOC that's available for you, free. We also have English for media literacy, and those who are interested to improve their knowledge of media, um, you you will be given, during this course, you'll be given the opportunity to find out how media has changed over time. There's also MOOCs for education technology in English language classroom. So this MOOCs, I believe, is uh, provided by the Iowa State University. And what it does is it prepares TESOL professionals to integrate language learning tools into their language teaching. So all the content and all the resources, all the materials that you find on this website is all openly licensed. So that means what you can do is you can download it, you can use it, you can adapt it or contextualize it to your own needs, and use it. You can share it as many times as you need. So you can use all these resources to help you, to help others, also maybe just to complement your learning. These are all accessible online. We have people that come in and have told us they only have a phone. They don't have like a desktop, or they don't have a tablet, but they're still able to complete their MOOCs using a phone. So I think the English language office has really come through in giving you guys, or giving everybody, the chance to improve their language skills by making it accessible. So the we have the American English on Facebook. We have it on the main website, and we also have a YouTube channel. So you can, if you're bored, or if you're wanting to get your kids to watch some useful clips on American English, on language skills, you can guide them to the American English at State YouTube channel, and they can just watch those little clips on there. Um, so an important website to note here is the Open English Programs.org website, as well as the American English.state.gov website, and everything that I've just spoken about is all available there. If you still, after this presentation, if you still want us to send you the information, please send us an email. The email is pdsuva@state.gov, and we will be more than happy to provide that to you. Can I get the next slide, please, Betty? Thank you. So the next program I'm going to talk about is the English Access Micro Scholarship Program. And this is part of the Bureau of Educational and Cultural Affairs exchange programs. So what it does, it provides a foundation for English language skills to bright but students that are from economically disadvantaged backgrounds. And they're primarily from the ages of 13 to 20 in their home country. And the program gives a participants, or the students, English skills that will help them get better jobs and educational prospects, educational opportunities. The participants also gain the ability to compete and participate in future exchanges of the exchanges and study in the US. So these students, basically what the program is trying to do is make them probably like help them get to better jobs and basically understanding what the US culture and values are through English learning. So we have our first access program here in Fiji, and it's being implemented by Vision Fiji. And our students are on a 2-year scholarship since, so we launched the program last year in 2020. And they started off last year. They'll be finishing off this year and graduating. We had 24 students from Wakanisila in Kalambu that were awarded with the 2-year scholarship. And this is a first in the South Pacific. And Fiji is the first country to get this program. So proud of that. The access students they're taught English, but they're taught after school or during weekends. This program specifically, it requires teaching language through creative means and innovative means. So instead of classroom settings, instead of the traditional methods of the teacher just teaching students, what happens is that the students get more creative and experiential learning, so hands-on learning. There's 3 parts to the program. So they do, instructional, they do enhancement sessions, and they do intensive sessions. So it's a robust program for 2 years, but our students are very fortunate in the sense that they get everything. They get all their materials, they get all their resources. All they have to do is participate and learn. So since April, our students couldn't continue on with their classes, with their after school classes. So right now, the students have been provided with devices, a device each to get them to complete their program online. And they are being taught virtually every day since they were given their tablets. So at this point, our access program is continuing, and we can't wait to see our students graduate from this program. They're learning US culture, values, which is all part of the program. So while they're upskilling, while they're learning language, they also get to experience and learn more about the US. So the program also provides, not only do we focus on our students, we also focus on our teachers. So they get professional development as well, virtual exchanges, conferences. So if you're an English teacher and you want to be part of the program, an upside to it is that you also get professional development in the program. The program is currently in about 80 countries, and it's taught over 100,000 students, so all over the world. But for our region, we only just started this last year, so we're the first, and the Wakanisila students our pilot program for access. Next slide, please, Betty. So I'm going to move on to our youth leadership programs. And the youth leadership programs, we have 2 main programs, apart from a few ad hoc programs that we roll out during the year. So one of them is the Embassy Youth Council. You would be hearing a lot about them over the past few months. and we also have our Young Pacific Leaders program. So the Embassy Youth Council is a non-partisan, non-political advisory group that works in partnership with the U.S. Embassy Public Diplomacy Office. What it does is it it helps us engage constructively with youth, with our youth audience. The mission of this Embassy Youth Council is to be the collective and to be the collective and inclusive voices of youth in Fiji, Kiribati, Nauru, Tonga, and Tuvalu, and partnering with U.S. Embassy Suva in innovating, strengthening, creating, and sustaining opportunities to address the challenges faced by the region, or in our case, our 5 countries. The purpose of the UIC, the Embassy Youth Council, is to increase communication with the embassy and its youth audiences. And it also advises and develops and assists with the implementation of relevant youth programs. So we consult the Embassy Youth Council a lot on our youth programs, whether it's viable, whether it's interesting. So these group of youth that we have that is currently on the MC Youth Council is assisting us with that. The Youth Council is made up of members ages 15 to 35, and they take up the membership for 2 years before a call of membership is publicized for inviting applications for interested youth to be part of the Youth Council. So we launched this last year, so the next call will be out next year. So our members are provided with opportunities to learn firsthand about our programs here at Embassy Suva. They also get to build on their capacity through training opportunities, whether it's for them only or for them to be part of something larger. We also have our members are divided into thematic groups. So these thematic groups were a result of what the members thought were the key priority areas that youth needed to focus on. So the thematic groups are on education and arts, environment, disaster management and health, entrepreneurship, economic development, and good governance. So our youth are divvied up into these groups, and they come up with a lot of advisory regarding these different themes, and bring them over to the embassy, and the embassy has goes through it and see if we're able to do things or deliver certain programs to address these needs. Next slide, please. So our last youth leadership program is the Young Pacific Leaders program. And this is a youth leadership development initiative, which is sponsored by the Department of State, and it focuses on strengthening relationships across the Pacific. So not just our 5 countries, there's more countries. That includes Australia, Cook Islands, the Federated States of Micronesia, French Polynesia, Marshall Islands, New Caledonia, New Zealand, PNG, so Samoa. So there's a lot more on this program. There's a few other more countries in the Pacific, including Hawaii. So this program helps youth in the region address critical challenges and also expand on opportunities related to the Young Pacific Leaders 4 pillars. And the 4 pillars are education, environment, resource management, and civic leadership. and economic and social development. You have to be between the ages of 25 and 35 to be able to apply for this program. So Cultural Vistas administers this program, and you can visit the website, culturevistas.org, YPL, to find out more information about that. So the program has conferences, small grants program, and regional workshops. So everything's gone virtual ever since the pandemic. So if you're thinking to be part of this is the best time to enroll in our programs, because there's more opportunity because it's virtual. The conference is held annually and hosted by different countries. There's also the opportunity for you to apply for a grant if you become an alumni. So uh, you get the opportunity to bid or to compete for a pot of funding to support projects in the Pacific region, which supports it has to support one of the four core pillars that I just mentioned. And those that are interested in just participating in this program, you can do that by visiting the website. Um, we have a lot of the alumni that's coming up with projects for this year. We've got Tonga, they've got a media workshop, we've got Fiji, a lot of educational projects. So a few of our youth joining in from or that have participated in the program from our countries have been able to secure funding to support their community projects. So this is a way for you to connect with other young leaders in the Pacific with similar passion and network. This is something that will also help you in the long run if you're looking to continue your youth leadership journey. Can I get the next slide, Betty? I think I am gonna wrap it up here and take any questions that you have regarding the programs in which I've just shared about. Once again, American English resources and materials, American English programs in which you can enroll and take up virtually, and our youth leadership programs that are available here at Embassy Suva. Thank you so much for listening in. And do we have any questions from the audience? So our MOOCs program is open. Anybody can enroll in that program. There's no age limitation, but it is for somebody who has access online. So that's probably the only thing that you need is data and a device to be able to read and to access the programs. For MOOCs, for those of you mature audiences that are looking at language programs, yes, we have our MOOCs and we have the massive open online courses, which I talked about earlier on, and your global online courses. These are provided by partner universities over in the US, and you can access that on americanenglish.state.gov. We'll just get somebody to type that into the chat box so that you can get the website. So anybody can enroll in those massive open online courses. For Tesol, as mentioned in the presentation, just guidelines to prepare for the test. Yes, so there's a lot of resources on teaching English to speakers of other languages. So you can visit the American English at State. the American English at state.gov platform for educators is also available on Facebook. So all you have to do is search American English for educators, and they will have so many resources that you might need as a TESOL. Okay, I've got another question from, I'm a high school student. What can be a suitable program for me? We have our youth leadership program, which you qualify for, except for the Young Pacific Leaders program. So you're still underage at this point. But when you turn 25, you can definitely apply for that. But we also have the American English programs. And once again, feel free to enroll in the massive open online courses. Right. So are there any fees or payments for this program? No, there are no fees. There are no payments. All we need is your time and your data, because they're all online. You can download the resources. They're all available. Soft copies available online. You can download them and read them at a later date. You can use them. Like I had mentioned earlier, you can tailor the courses to what you want. So the Young Pacific Leaders, is it currently open or closed? So at the moment, they have not yet. So we've just finished 2021. I think you're looking at 2022 for the person who's asking about Young Pacific Leaders. So where can you enroll? You can enroll at openenglish.org. The massive open online courses are available all throughout. If you have any problem, what you can do is, everybody's on Facebook, so just search for American English at state. Be sure to add that bit, because there's a lot of American English, but there's only one that we offer at the State Department. So you can access that through American English at state. Does TESOL and MOOCs provide the same program, right? So TESOL is the conference for educators, for English teachers. It's a conference. So you get to listen to experts, you get to listen to language teachers that share resources, share tips. There's also like a host of places that you can visit virtually to get more resources for you, like beyond what we have on the website. The MOOCs, that is an online learning platform. So you will need to enroll in that. You'll need to participate in that. It's self-paced though, and you can finish it. You can start it off, pause, and then come back and continue it. Can I break down the criteria for youth organizations or youth networks in regards to applying for U.S. Embassy small grants? Okay, so for our small grants program, you can find a link on our U.S. Embassy Suva website. It gives you all the eligibility criteria and the initiatives that we would support, and those that do not qualify or that we will not support. If you visit our U.S. Embassy website, I think it happens all year round. I'm not the person that looks after the small grants, but there is an opportunity for those of you youth organizations that are looking, or NGOs that are looking for funding support through the small grants program. So what you can do is visit our U.S. Embassy website, and on that website it has all the eligibility criteria, the due dates. I believe the small grants program is done every quarter. So you just need to visit our website and or if you want to email us and we can guide you. pdsuva@state.gov is where you can get more information on that. Will you get certified? Yes, you receive a badge for courses that you take on MOOCs and for recognition that you've completed it successfully. You're also on our database here at the embassy, so we would be reaching out to you for future opportunities. You you get a certificate if you enroll in our opens program. So the courses that are offered by the different universities, they give out certificates for that, which is accredited to their university. How does one apply to be a part of the youth council for next year? So if, the youth council call for membership will be out next year. What we'll do is we'll post it out on our Facebook and on our uh, social media platforms. So if you're following, what you can do is follow us on social media so that you can get the updates. And when the call for membership comes out, you can definitely apply through that. There's an application process for you to follow to be part of the Embassy Youth Council. But that happens next year. The email address is pdsuva, PD for public diplomacy, suva at state.gov. So as I had mentioned earlier, if you are just somebody that's keen to improve your language skills, or you just want to learn about how to do comics, how to do different platforms for online learning, the best thing about the American English programs is that yes, it is free and it's openly licensed, so you can do whatever you want to do with the content. But the main thing for me is that you go with the trend. Like everything's moved virtually. So if you're looking for ways to engage with your students, or you're looking for ways to learn more online, you have the opportunity to get different resources or different links through the American English site. So we also have how old do you need to be to qualify for the micro scholarship program? So the micro scholarship program supports students ages 13 to 20. At the moment, we only have one program, and that is with the Vision Fiji. So until and unless we have another program there, then there'll be a call for applications. But 13 to 20 is the age range. Are there ways young people can engage with the council as we wait for the call for members next year? Yes, there is. If you are keen to contact one of our members, we have what you can do is email pdsuva@state.gov. We can provide your details to our youth council members. If you have ideas, or if you just want to chat with them, we can make the connection. We can definitely give your details to our members to see what you're interested in partnering on or in learning more about. Thank you so much for all the questions that are rolling in. If you have any other queries, you can send that over to our chat box. Today's focus is on language and youth leadership. Tomorrow's focus is we have the USP Careers Hub. So they will be talking about applications and interviews. 10 o'clock tomorrow. Teachers that want to reach out to us, you can send us an email on pdsuva@state.gov. We'll be happy to assist you with materials and resources that we have available. Thank you so much for everybody who's tuning in. I think we've just, nobody else has any questions. So I'd like to invite the Youth Council members to come in and take over the show. Okay. Do you have resources for disabled persons, for teachers? Okay, so we have the English forum, teachers forum. It's a magazine, and there are tips, and there are different uh, resources that are there for 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 teachers of all. It doesn't matter if you're in a teacher in a teaching for disabled persons, or in the mainstream. You can definitely get those resources through us if you're thinking to if you're looking for those resources. You can definitely reach out. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Tale, for your presentation. I'm sure it was really fruitful. Thanking also just the information that has been received, and regarding the many programs as well as opportunities that the U.S. Embassy is providing for young people. Again, Tale, on behalf of the U.S. Embassy Youth Council, thank you so much for taking out your time to do this presentation, just to allow young people to see what are the many opportunities that are available to them, especially during this COVID-19 pandemic. Also, like to acknowledge in presence our co-focal points, Avikesh Kumar as well as Annette Gok, that are being at the anchor of our celebrations of International Youth Month. Please, for everyone that's tuning in, please do send in your emails if you have any more further queries regarding the opportunities, as well as the presentation that Tale had laid out for us this morning. We also have a few activities lined up for this week. Tomorrow as well, you'll be hearing from the University of the South Pacific, as well as the other key relevant stakeholders for our Careers Week. And again, it's from 10 o'clock to 12 o'clock tomorrow. So we encourage everyone to please stay tuned in and get yourself engaged in these conversations, and also just learn a few things and apply them. Of course, with this COVID-19, there are many opportunities now for young people. And we do hope that young people really utilize them, not only in Fiji, but also across the Pacific. With those few words, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to thank you all for tuning in, and we'll look forward to seeing you tomorrow at 10 a.m.